tell me the name of this person.
I will be the last to fall. I won't shed a tear for them to see. I won't have your name to call, 'cause I will be the last to fall.
Lloyd and his secret love affairs with the dolls. Hmm. Well, I hope that you're having a good evening, everyone. Chris and Stace, Lloyd is here, and I've been so busy this week. I actually meant to pull up some of those AI figures that you did of Lloyd and those dolls. God, I love them.
Did you see those? Those were hilarious.
Oh, they're yeah, and they're true to form.
Yeah.
So bad news and good news. Bad news is tonight, no movie. Good news is tonight, more of Stace. So, but I do have a couple of things that we're going to go over with you. If you live around Eastern Kentucky, you've probably by now heard about the guy Tuesday when we were 5 days in to the school year. This guy gets on a school bus with babies, with kids, and he's 20 years old. This happened in Floyd County, Water Gap District, to be a little more specific. And I didn't really know that much about it until this morning when I had parents calling me saying, "What the hell is this all about?"
Wow.
And I'm sitting there thinking, the hell, did I say something on the air that was what? No, I didn't. I go to great pains sometimes to edit that stuff out because I'm like everybody else. When I read something, I say, "You got to be shitting me. Really?" Bonehead criminals do exist. They're real, folks. Trust me. But anyways, I said, "What are you talking about?" And they told me. Guy gets on a school bus. They pull into Prestonsburg High School, and he is awaited by a standing room only group of law enforcement officers, everything from Prestonsburg PD to the Floyd County Sheriffs, maybe a couple of state troopers, and they are providing him with an overnight stay to meet Bobo in the jailhouse.
The old Crossbar Hotel.
That's exactly right. Well, anyways, I get why parents were so up in arms and worried about this. I really do. and you're really going to get this when I tell you why. This guy got onto the bus with his brother. Now, his brother was a student, is a student enrolled in the county school system, public school. He was not. That's part one. Now let's move along to part two. Oh, Chris, there's a part two. Oh, yeah. There's like 4 parts to this. Part two is the fact that he was 20 years old. Part three is the fact that he was under indictment. Oh, you want to know what for? I'm glad you asked me that. Let me tell you.
What for?
What for? Well, Lloyd, he was under indictment for illegal imprisonment. In other words, he was holding somebody against their will. It gets better. He choked this individual, allegedly, and though it gets better than that, it was a 16-year-old girl. And in the distance, a wolf could be heard. Does that not make your blood crawl? Anyways, when I found this out, I called the Floyd County Board of Education
Wow.
and talked to the director of transportation, I believe it is. He's a retired state trooper, really good guy. His name's Tom. Well, of course, Tom is very limited in what he can say because of his position and etc. But he did say, Chris, he said, let me give you a heads up here. He said, why don't you call Ross? And I said, if anybody would know, Ross would. Now, Ross is Ross Shurtleff. Ross is the chief of police in Prestonsburg, Kentucky. Great guy. So I called up Ross and I said, can you talk to me about this? And he said, yeah, I can give you the facts as to what happened. And I said, well, here's what I would like to know, along with every other parent out there. Now, granted, my child is long since graduated from high school, but I have friends who have young children, and, you know, those kids are kind of like my own. I love these kids. Anyways, I thought, yeah, I'll call Ross. And Ross was kind enough to say, yeah, give me a call back, get your thing set up, your hybrid and all that. And I was okay. So I called him back so I can record everything. So we talk about 10 or 15 minutes. An interview that I thought was going to last 3 or 4 minutes turned into one that lasted 10 or 15. Anyways, this guy apparently had a lack of transportation. He didn't have any way to get to the Star City of Eastern Kentucky from Water Gap. And I'm like, well, okay. It's about a 10-minute drive, maybe. Or if you're walking it, probably took you an hour and a half. I don't know, something like that. So, anywho, he gets on the bus with his brother, and he wanted a trip to town. Let me tell you something. He got one. And I asked, giving this person's current predicament where he is under indictment, if there was a danger posed to the kids. And of course, I'm sitting here thinking, yes. Ross said, don't really think so. I said, explain that to me. He said, okay. Well, number one, he was not armed. Number two, he was not intoxicated in any manner. He was very coherent. He did talk with us. He worked with us. He still went to jail because of the illegal trespassing, which happened when he stepped foot on that bus.
Wow.
But now let's take a look at this, the bus driver. Okay. You're 5 days into school. Part one. Part two, new bus drivers, new bus routes. Okay. Anybody that has listened to 95.5 has probably heard me talking about the fact that the Commonwealth of Kentucky, in all of her glory, is very short right now on bus drivers because you can't find anybody anywhere to work or anybody that could pass a test that you would want driving your children back and forth to school. I get that. So these are new bus drivers. Now, I think as time goes on, we're going to see the chances of this happening again greatly diminish because these bus drivers are going to be able to identify who's supposed to be on the bus and who it is that's not supposed to be on the bus. So how do they find out that this guy, look, what's the average age of a high school senior, Stace? 16, 17?
Yep.
Okay. This guy was 20. Now, how many times have you seen, let's say, somebody that's 16 look a lot like somebody that's 20?
Yep.
Well, it happens all the time. Hell, I can't tell them apart. So I get where he was coming from. But the bus aide she was like, something here is hinky. Something's not right. She's the one that called 5-0. And 5-0 showed up like thunder off the mountain. And of course, they had their own fan section because when the kids pull in a school bus and they see all the emergency equipment lights, they see these lights lit up. It's like Christmas in August. And they see the police there and they're like, this is cool. Do they know why it's cool? No. Do they have any idea that that guy should not have been on that bus? Probably not. But they did when he went to be arrested, and he was arrested. But Ross also said this guy had no weapons. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't high. He wasn't anything of this nature. Whether or not he's out yet, I don't know. But I get why parents were so concerned about that. And I do think that as these bus drivers get a little more used to the routes and the people, they're going to know. Because even if I were to step on a bus without being invited by the bus driver, the aide, or somebody say, yeah, you can come up here for a second. What need do I have to be on a school bus? I don't, unless I'm picking up my child and unless she has trouble getting down the steps. And I have dropped my kids off, back in the day. I never stepped foot on the bus, took her right up to the door, but I never stepped foot on it. So I've got no need to. So anyways, I get why parents were upset and why they were madder than hell. I get that. So anyways, I'll let you know what goes out with that. But it comes to find out all this guy wanted was a ride to town. So now the podcast, you can interview in its entirety if you want. It's on q95fm.net. Click on the local news link. And then from there, when that page opens up, you'll see a picture of a school bus with a stop sign open. Click on that and then click play. Now, also on one of my Facebook pages, Chris Sloan on Air, it will be on there tomorrow morning. It's right behind the news and the weather and et cetera, et cetera. We've been taking great efforts to keep that thing updated a little better than what I've been doing. So you'll get news, you'll get weather, celebrity birthdays, and a new thing I've got called the Bathroom Encyclopedia. The Bathroom Encyclopedia is actually useless knowledge, and the way I deliver it is kind of, even I laugh at it. But granted, I am easily amused.
Sounds good.
It's called the Bathroom Encyclopedia, and it's like a little video. Anyways, you'll see it on there. It's on the Facebook, Chris Sloan on Air. So please, guys, follow it. And I'm trying to build something there, and you'll see why. And coming up soon, right around Christmas time, somebody's going to win a 55-inch high-definition smart TV. There's certain things that you got to do to get that, though. You got to like and share the Mountain Mysteries, Chris Sloan on Air. And you got to be watching right here because the drawing for it's going to be right here. And guess who's going to draw or announce the name? Ain't going to be me. Ain't going to be Stace. We're going to put Lloyd in the hot seat.
Woo, yeah.
Winner will be chosen at random. I can promise you that. So whether you're a Patreon member or not, you can enter to win it. You'll have to come and pick it up, and you'll have 2 weeks to do that. You got to be over the age. You got to be 18 or over in order to register to win it. Okay. But it is a 55-inch. Now, how did I come about that? It's still in the box. It's brand new. I'd accidentally ordered 2 of them. Could have sent one back, and I thought, I'll keep it just in case. Well, guess what? Just in case is coming at Christmas. Now, let's move on to the next topic of conversation. For many of you, this is probably news that has been around for a bit. Stace, I know you're going to want to tear off a piece of this and chaw on it.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about Amber Spradlin. What's been going on there?
Well,
this week, there was a hearing held to determine whether or not
I was going to ask you what was going on with that.
Yeah, the hearing was held. I think it was Monday at 10 o'clock. Mike McKinney, who is accused of 8 counts of conspiracy. He is a dentist. His license is currently suspended pending investigation. But he wanted to go to work to do office things and things like that. He said he needed to be able to do that. Okay. So he goes before His Honor, the judge, makes that request. And as far as I know, the judge did grant the request. I don't think it applies to weekends. And he does have to be home by 5 p.m. And he does have to wear that ankle monitoring GPS tracking bracelet thing. But he's got to be home by 5 o'clock. He's got to be at the house by then. In addition to that, they did reduce the bond on Josh Mullins from $100 to $50,000. Now, as far as I know, they have not touched MK's bond. It still sits at $5 million. And let me expel this rumor. I've heard this several times. There is a difference between a bond and a full cash bond, folks. A full cash bond means you've got to post every nickel of it. And he's under a $5 million full cash bond. Mike was under a $250,000 full cash bond. He posted his $250,000. As for Josh, it was 100 and now is 50. As far as I know, he's still behind bars. $50,000. There is no 10% of that down, like a lot of bonds that we hear about. So, MK's lawyer was also found in contempt of court. Now, according to what I have read, the reason he's in contempt was because he made a motion to dismiss the charges or the indictment. Well, he cited 3 cases, and apparently those 3 cases were not real, if I understood that correctly. Court couldn't find any record of them. And from what we're told, the people that worked with that particular attorney couldn't find any record of them. So anyway, he was fined, I think it was $500. I have said this before. I'm neither anti or pro anything in this particular case. What I am pro is whoever really killed that beautiful soul, that beautiful lady, Amber, pay for it. I want real justice. I don't want, in the court of a public opinion, they've been convicted. The way our justice system works is no matter how bad you like or don't like somebody, they are to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and that includes a jury of their peers and a judge that is in good standing in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Now, I don't know this case nearly like Debbie does. I can tell you I've met Debbie and I've met Melissa and fell in love with them. They're great people. They're just great people. And I've tried, and let me tell you something, I'm really good at digging up crap on people and finding out things. I could not find so much as one soul that had anything ill to say about Amber. People loved her. She was a caregiver. She had a caring soul, a caring heart, a good personality, and people just liked being around her. So when she was robbed of her life, whoever took her life took light out of this world. And for that, they need to be thrown under the damn jail. End of discussion. And take the key and feed it to a hungry dog and make sure it never comes out again. Whoever that is. And I do hope to God that you get to see this. Because I'm looking at you, I'd love to look at you right now and tell you the same damn thing.
Amen to that.
Now, finally, then I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let Stace do the SBS, which is the spirit box session thing. I know that's why a lot of you guys turn into this. That baby's been missing for over 3 years now. Her name's Summer Wells, out of Tennessee. One of the most beautiful little girls you could ever hope to lay your eyes on. Funny, little ball of energy. Just a real joy to watch. Watch her play and watch her, just be a kid. 3 years. Now, I've been told, and again, I've not done a lot of research on this because this week I've been pretty busy, but I've been told that the state came in and permanently removed her brothers from the care of their parents. Now, if that don't say something, because let me tell you something, there is like we said, and people are asking me, well, why haven't they made an arrest yet? Again, this goes back to what we said earlier with Amber. there is a thing called double jeopardy. You cannot be tried for the same crime of murder twice. If you are acquitted, you're done with it. You don't have to, it's not a cloud hanging over your head. It's nothing. You can't be. That's the Constitution. Now, they can delay the thing and put with prejudice or without prejudice, whatever it is, which means that they can come back and try you. But if they find you not guilty, so any investigator worth their salt, and trust me, I know a lot of them KSP boys and girls, the state police are worth their salt. I think we've got some of the finest in the nation. Now, some people would disagree with that because, well, they don't move quick enough. They don't do this quick enough. They don't do that. Let me tell you something. This is not 48 hours. It's not NCIS. It's not, what's the other thing? CSI. Crimes are not solved in 30 minutes or an hour. Debbie knew that. And she stood right beside of the Commonwealth Attorney, Brent. She stood right beside of the KSP. I've got nothing but respect for that woman. I love her. I think she's great. She is a force to be reckoned with, and so is Melissa. So is this whole family, because they're not going to stop until they get justice. And Debbie will tell you, it's not just any old body that they're looking to convict. They're looking to convict the people that committed the crime. And Brent Arnold Turner is the same way. They brought in a special judge. The judge that normally would oversee something like this, Johnny Ray, stepped down. He recused himself. I think that was a very good move on his part because apparently he knew some of the people that may have allegedly been involved. So I think, because he too wants to see justice done. We all do. But let's not jump ahead of ourselves, because let me tell you, I told you a couple of weeks ago, the legal maneuvering was going to be immense. And so far, it's already been that way. You've seen this. You've heard it on the news. It's been on YMT, SAZ. It's been all over the place. Q95 has had, any media outlet organization has been covering this right here in Eastern Kentucky. Any media outlet in Eastern Kentucky has been covering it. Hell, it went national. Nancy Grace had it. And I have been told that Dateline is going to come down and do a thing on this. Normally, Dateline waits until it's all said and done because they like to tie it up at the end with a nice little bow. And yes, I do have a secret man crush on Keith. I think he's awesome. But now 2020 or somebody like that, hell, they'll come down and they'll do it, whether it's wrapped up or not. I've seen that happen. But Dateline is typically pretty, they like everything put together so they can present it to you and let you figure out as you go along your own opinions and find out what the jury decided in the, at the end of the court case. So how long is it going to be before this thing actually goes to court for Amber? If I'm not mistaken, October 19th is the preliminary, I think. Debbie could tell us more. I'd love to have Debbie on the show, and I am going to invite her, but I'm not so sure that she can actually come on right now due to the fact of the proceedings that are currently taking place. And I sure don't want to do anything to put any kind of damage out there to this case. We can talk about it all day long, but I don't want to place Debbie in that situation. And I don't want to be the one in that situation that's saying, well, if I hadn't have done that or I hadn't have done this, then whatever. So with that being said, those are some of the things that I wanted to hit on tonight, because after all, this is True Crime Meets the Paranormal. And we have got all kinds of people in the chat room tonight. And I mean, it's just growing. Madonna says that she loves you, Chris. I'm assuming she's talking about Summer. Well, let me tell you something. I love that baby. I would take her in a heartbeat and adopt her and never think twice about it. I go through the right channels. I can tell you right now, she'd never want for love. She'd never want for food. She'd never want clothes on her back. She'd never want for anything that every child deserves. And that is a fair chance and a decent start. Now, back to the bus thing, Stace. Let's say that Faith had been 16 and on that bus. Would you have been pissed?
I was thinking while you were talking about that, this probably could have happened really easily when we were kids. And you know what I'm thinking. How many times has that happened when we were kids?
Well, according to my child, when I was a kid, they didn't have buses. We rode dinosaurs to school. So.
Well, yeah, that too. We parked the dinosaurs, but But yeah, I see what you. Of course, you're going to be worried first, but he's got no weapons.
Well,
Or
I do.
whatever,
I completely get the
you know.
parents being pissed off. I do. I do
Sure.
understand. But when you put things into perspective, which we really didn't have, all we knew was this guy got on a bus,
Right.
and then we find out the indictment that the indictments, not one, but the indictments this guy's been charged with. Holy hell, what's going on here? Well, and then you find out that the age of the victim was 16. And I'm sitting there going, holy shit. Because even in the interview that Ross and we had this lengthy discussion, like I said, it's about 15 minutes. These buses, I think Ross said that there was, to his knowledge, 16 or maybe a few more campuses right here in Floyd County alone, for different schools. And I'm talking about elementary and high school, junior highs, etc. There's like so many different campuses, and each one every day, especially right now, new enrollments are occurring, because people do move. Some people move from Pikeville. Some people move from wherever else. Some people move from Paintsville. So they move, period. And of course, when you move and you have a child, you got to make sure that your child is going to get an education. So you enroll them. What do? You enroll them in school. Now, let me tell you something. Public schools, I don't have a problem with those. I never had. My daughter went to Belfry. She went to a public school. I know people that work and teach at Prestonsburg. Some of the best people you ever want to meet. I know people that work for the Floyd County Board of Education. And when they say they care about these kids, I'm telling you, they do. They do. And they would care at the cost of their own lives, whatever it took to protect these kids. I actually went with a child's mother one time to pick up her daughter because she had car issues. And let me tell you something. The school that we went to pick up her child, who I absolutely adore, they had that place locked down like Fort Knox. I rolled in, and I'm pretty sure I saw 6 Marines, 2 snipers, and a wolf looking at me like, bitch, try it. And I was like, I'm just here for a slice of pizza. So that's all I know. But they take this seriously, even to the point that they have instructed teachers and faculty at a lot of these schools on how to handle active shooters. And these schools have SROs, which are school resource officers. Some are Prestonsburg police officers. Some are Floyd County Sheriff's deputies. I got one living maybe 100 yards from me. Great guy. One of the best people you'd ever want to meet. He loves kids. He's been dedicated to law enforcement for years. Matter of fact, one of our listeners. This gets me tore up. Ralph Frazier's wife. Ralph was an SRO. One of the best guys you'd ever want to meet. But anyways, these people mean that. So I do really appreciate the parents being upset. I do. I get where they're coming from. Because before I knew it, I was pretty damn livid myself. And I don't have a child in the Floyd County school system. Well, I claim them, but they're not actually biologically, physically mine. But I don't want to see any of these kids hurt.
No.
And many of their parents are friends of mine. When you and I went to school, we worried about recess. We worried about walking around Paintsville because they would turn us out at Paintsville for lunch back in those days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could go to Giovanni's. We went wherever. It didn't, Giovanni's was kind of a hot spot back then. We went there. We went all over. Jimbo's, when it stood there right beside of elementary Jimbo's, who used to be Malcolm's back in the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went to all these places, and nobody ever bothered us. Nobody ever.
We knew all the
we knew everybody. Yes,
street bums, as they would call them, that were always out there doing stuff. That's the worst we ever had to worry about.
Bill Perks.
Poor old Cream Puff. Yeah, yeah.
Cream Puff.
The cream. Yeah, there was all kinds of and we knew all these people, but nobody ever bothered us. We didn't bother them outside of being smart ass little kids.
No, yeah, it's an occasional drive by.
Yeah, the occasional drive by.
Cream Puff drive by.
Yeah. Donnie, yeah, a few other people, but other than that, but it's changed now. It's changed, and it's not for the better.
We had safety patrol.
I was on that, yeah.
Me too.
we had safety patrol right there on 3rd Street. So many things have changed now. And, here's the kicker. I've had people tell me all the time, did you ever think it'd get this bad? Yeah. Hard to believe, ain't it? No. How can you say that? I said, well, that's easy. Jesus told us over 2,000 years ago that it was going to happen. Now, as far as I know, he's not been wrong yet. And he did. Read your Bible. In the last days, any day I'm waiting for peace in the Middle East. I'm not kidding. Because when that happens, guess who's shown up? They call him the Antichrist. Yeah. So anyways, not to get, but yeah, it's going to get worse, folks. I'm telling you, it's going to get a lot worse before it ever gets better. But that's my true crime recap for the night. And coming soon, we are going to, you've seen the promos, the posters. We're going to do Missing and Murdered. And basically what that's going to entail on each show for about 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to feature a video of somebody that is missing and murdered. All you got to do is get a hold of me. And you can do that at themountainmysteries@gmail.com, or you can reach out to my Facebook. You can reach out to Stace. I'm sure she wouldn't care to talk with you. And it's like a 3 to 5 minute video. We put it on here, and then we send you the video to put it on your social media. Is there a cost for this, Chris? No, just your time. Why? Because if we're not helping somebody, then we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. I believe that. That's the whole reason we do this. That is why we are so grateful for the people that do support us on Patreon. And I don't care if it's a $3 a month donation. It helps. It offsets the cost of this platform and all this other stuff that we have to have. Let me tell you something. These things, they're not cheap. Stace can tell you that. The things that we have to make things work. Good news is typically this is a one and done, something like that.
Wow. Put that back over there.
What?
Put that microphone back over there. Right out your
back over here.
Listen to that.
Yeah, they're very
That is awesome.
They do have an incredible sound to them.
Wow. People
will say, good Lord, your voice. And I said, let me tell you something. It's every bit as much the microphone as it is my voice. That's why I give them credit at the end of the program. You'll see using technology and it's Rode microphones. They're a high end. I mean, they're not crazy high, but they do sound great.
You got to do some ASMR with that mic.
I can do that.
I think you would be really good at it.
I just wrapped up a voiceover for a client out in Washington State earlier today. And it was like a dealership, like an RV thing or something. I don't know. I read it, they pay me, and I go on, and I'm happy. I'm blessed. I get to use my voice, which is a gift that God gave me to do what I love to do. And when we do this is kind of like me giving a gift back to God. So look, He comes first in everything. God is first in everything. Until you put Him first and completely surrender everything else to Christ, fight all you want, argue all you want, gripe all you want. Now, am I perfect? No. Do I use words sometimes that I shouldn't? Yes, that happens like every day. But every day I also talk to Him. Lord, please forgive me for saying that. Please forgive me for calling them a bitch. Or please forgive me for whatever it was, because I do. I'm human. Somebody once told me that, we are perfectly imperfect by design. It draws you closer to Him, and that's all He wants. Doesn't care about your money. Doesn't care about your car. Doesn't care about what kind of house you live in. I'm not worthy. Nobody is worthy. That is called grace. That's called an unfailing love. And yes, I have recently, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but I've recently got hooked on this show. It's called The Chosen. Jonathan Rumi plays Jesus. It's a very in-depth look at the life of Jesus. It is one of the most incredible things I think I've ever watched. Okay. In practically every episode, you have a feeling of love, and sometimes you'll leave the episode in tears. because you know what's coming.
Oh no.
You know what's going to happen.
It's like when you sit down and go watch the Titanic. Oh, everybody's going to make it. Oh.
You have that hope, but you know, and you learn things
We're going
about
to watch that. I'll write that down.
The Chosen.
What platform is it on?
You can see it on Netflix. You can see it on Amazon Prime. You can see it on
Gotcha.
Hulu. You can see it just about anywhere.
We'll watch that tonight.
And let me tell you, there's an app, and I'm going to try to do this without completely messing everything up, to where you can't see it. But this app right here, The Chosen. Can you see it okay?
Yep.
Okay, and you can watch it for free.
Awesome.
Dallas Jenkins actually conceived the idea, directed it, hired Jonathan Remy to play Jesus. And let me tell you something. John, there's like a documentary out there. It's 4 parts. And you can get that on Amazon too. Anyways, it's called Jonathan and Jesus. And it shows how he got the role and the impact it's had on him. He will walk down the road or walk down a sidewalk now in Los Angeles or wherever he may be, Paris or wherever, for filming. And people will look at him and say, Jesus.
Oh.
Jesus. They actually refer to him as Jesus. And a woman burst into tears when she hugged him.
Oh,
And this guy is the kind of guy that's got a heart bigger than the state of Texas. You'd love it. He's very specifically said, I don't want anybody to have a bad experience with me. He had made comment that he'd met a super famous rock star. He didn't give his name when he was working as a extra behind the scenes at Saturday Night Live. He said, and he bought this guy's album. He said, would you sign this for me? And the guy took the album. Now listen to it. He took the album and he said, shit, here's what you got to do when people buy your records. Here. That would have been the last record I ever bought from that guy.
You better know it.
And of course, my favorite singer is probably John Bon Jovi. I love John Bon Jovi. Love Alice Cooper. And David Coverdale, Whitesnake. I love a lot of these guys.
My favorite's dead.
Who was that? Elvis?
Ronnie James Dio.
Oh yeah, he was great. But you see these people, and you put them up on such a pedestal. And I've never heard of anybody gently stepping down from a pedestal, but I've heard of a lot of people falling and crashing. So, but anyways, it's called The Chosen. Check it out. Watch it. Trust me.
Yeah, sure.
You will not be disappointed in that. It's great. So with that being said, Stace, I think everything going on there looks great. I've seen a lot of differences in what you've done with your office and your room. I think it looks
yeah.
I can tell that.
Fixing it up and bringing all the haunted dolls in here, and we've got quite a bit down here in the office now in the main part.
Is Sugar Bumps there still having a love affair with some of the dolls?
I think that I'm going to start sneaking them into bed again.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to sleep at night, I'm going to start bringing them to bed with me, and
that's what he really wants.
Between us,
I think he wants to see you wake up while he's kissing Reagan Cinnamon. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And she's right there watching him.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Well, she was peek. Oh, hang on. This might just be worth the look. See her peeking back there?
Nope.
Right there behind the cat.
Oh, I see her. She looks real. I mean, seriously. She is just, yeah. She just looks, yeah. That's just, So, tell me about the activity that's been going on there. Has there been anything going on there?
Well, actually, we have had a little activity, but it's been kind of calm. But then again, for the past 2 days, like I was telling you, it's been super busy here. And then I had to go to, where's the tree?
Hell.
Where's the tree? The tree fell on him. I had to go to a house tonight. And conduct a meeting. So,
and how'd that go?
I'm going to go back over there tomorrow and talk to the other person in the home, but they're having a disturbance about 10 miles from here.
It seems like a lot of it happens at night too. Let me ask you a question. As a seasoned paranormal investigator, why is it that most of the activity seems to occur at night?
That just seems to be whenever I get a lot of calls about things that are happening. And I think it can happen most any time of the day. But, a lot of times people aren't home in the day that are there for all of that.
I never
But,
really saw
I've had it happen in the morning.
that.
I've had cabinets come open on me, dishwasher, slide open, refrigerator move around, shoot the chairs upstairs at the table move all the time. 2,
Masks
3 o'clock in the day.
coming off the wall.
Do what? Masks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my African tribal masks I had.
Why would you buy something like that?
Dumb.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
He loves it because he loves dealing with haunted stuff, don't you know?
It's
Just
okay,
can't get
Peanut.
enough.
It's okay, Peanut. It's all right. So you've had the boxes going for, I'm assuming, a while.
Yeah, since about 6:37. I did get Summer is here while you were talking about her.
My baby.
Sure did.
God, I love her.
I actually paused for a minute because it caught me off guard, but it said Summer is here.
Summer is here. Well, Summer, if you're listening, baby, I love you. I love you so much.
Absolutely, baby.
So let's go ahead and turn it up and see what we can.
We'll get them.
Who, not what, but who will come through.
All right. If you have to, you can come through. You are more than welcome to come through for us.
Follow you.
I love what Kayla
Yes.
did.
For your
Taylor,
Time is only for the living. Yeah.
people.
yeah, Kashonda. Come through, talk to me, Ronnie. We're all here for you tonight. Love to hear from you for sure. I would love to hear from you.
Arrive.
Right?
That actually kind of sounded like Ronnie.
Did he just say all right?
That's what it sounded like. Either all right or right.
I thought right.
Yeah. Linda says, I miss you, Corey, so much. Corey, can you come through for Linda?
Your mom? We would love to hear from you.
Move his. Move his. Does anybody else want to come through for anybody that's here in the chat room with us tonight? We're all in our little circle. We're all concentrating. If you could come through for us, we would love to hear from you. You have a message for somebody? Let me put my glasses back on so I can see and read the chat.
Kayla said that she's reaching out to Papa Richard tonight, missing him dearly.
I have a Papa Richard too, Kayla. Papa Richard, if you can come through for Kayla, we would love to hear from you.
Wow.
Candace says she's missing you, Aunt Judy. And she'd love to hear from you. Oh, and Brittany Joe, if you can come through for Robin. Did you leave a feather on her porch for her today? Have you been trying to get through to her daughter? I'd love to hear from you, Brittany Joe. Tracy, I swear I heard it earlier too. It said Ross is here, or Ross was there, or Ross was here. We were talking, and I heard it come through plain as day, and it was male voice, kind of graspy.
Priscilla, if you can hear, Britta would love to hear from you.
And Caitlin, if you came through for Kathy, she would love to hear from you.
I'd love to hear from Mom, Dad, Trev, Ollie.
Oh yeah. Me too.
I saw that you had mentioned the Titanic earlier, and yeah, I actually got that at the Titanic Museum. The coffee mug.
Oh yeah. I've got one too. I've got some also.
Mhm. That place is awesome.
It really is. It just
Not stepping back in history. Yeah.
Chris, my bud. That was crazy. Exhibit Chris, my bud. He's here if you want to come through and talk to him.
I'm right here.
He can hear you.
I'd love to hear from you. I think Lori's right. They are a little quiet tonight. If there's somebody that you want to hear from, think about them. Listen to
Turn off too.
memories are powerful.
Barry, can you come through for Genevieve tonight? Oh, Angie misses you too, Ronnie. Can you come through for us, Ronnie? Use these big spirit boxes we've got hooked up down here. I thought I heard something. And if anybody else wants to come through, for anybody here with us, you can come through loud and clear. Here. Sound like it said something about your mom.
I heard a female voice, but I couldn't make out what it said.
Whispering.
No.
Do you have a message about someone's mom? Can you tell me your name to the male figure that's been coming through here? What's your name? Sound like it said Bo.
Yeah.
Did you hear that too?
I do know a guy named Bo that died about a year ago.
It's Bo, he says. Mama Beulah, I miss you so much. I bet you they're together. Ronnie, are you with Mama Beulah? Did you hear that? Yeah, we have been watching them, Lori. I have to put a little light back there on them.
Well, they won't move because they're afraid that Lloyd will molest them.
Oh, they know they're safe.
Oh, Reagan told me all about you and her special place.
Put your finger over.
No,
Go over and sit her over here.
come on.
Oh, he's actually getting her.
No, I'm trying to message. I'm trying to get the
We want to see if we can get some.
See, I wear red shirts so people don't see me bleed. Lloyd's
Yes,
got the right
that's
idea.
the
He's wearing
here.
brown. So
We'll see if we can get some action around here.
hey, that's a good question. Where's Enzo tonight?
Oh, here.
Right here.
Oh.
in the floor.
When Enzo
Snoring.
starts going crazy, then you know something's getting ready to happen. There she is. Check out her eyes. I keep waiting on her to say it's a lovely day for an exorcism.
It's a lovely day for an exorcism.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now that she just got those eyes. It's no wonder Lloyd loves her so much.
I know you really love her.
Are you kidding?
No, it is confusing though. If you love her so much, why do you keep spanking her bottom?
Oh my God.
Maybe she's done something wrong.
All right, Cass.
I do, Kayla. I think she's beautiful.
She is. I've got some beautiful babies.
You do.
I don't
Another,
listen.
the blonde one that reminds me so much of you. I love that one. I just can't
She's
remember.
sitting over there on top of the. She's sitting over there looking. Then I've got the boys down here too on the bottom shelf that came over in the trunk.
Then you got
Tobias.
Helga up there.
Oh man, she's in the bad getting everybody nosebleeds and everything. We had to put her up.
If that summer that came through and said, "Can I have a hug?" You can have anything you want, honey. Hugs, love, attention. Find a way to let me know you're around. Maybe
Not by me.
Faint.
I got her from a private family.
They got rid of her pretty quick, didn't they?
Well, I think that they'd really just had all that they could take after everything that had happened with the previous owner that she was
Madonna.
with. Well, that's all I could take too.
Lloyd's eyes says no, but his heart saying yes.
I heard it too.
God, I love this. Hey, Laura.
He's
Good
sitting over here bucked up with his arms like this.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Are you feeling that chill, Lloyd?
If there's anybody in here with us, can you come and move Reagan?
No.
She's sitting right between us. You can move her any way you want to. We'll be watching for you if you want to touch her or make her move. You can do that.
Come on.
She's over here by me. She's not by you that close, so
Yes, she
you'll be
is.
all right. There's a foot. Bitching. Hey Jude. Well, we've got a bunch of Beatles stuff down in here too. We've got all kinds of music memorabilia in here too.
Maybe she can take some of Lloyd's.
You could hold her.
I'm good.
That male spirit.
Maybe I'm seeing something, but I swear I just thought she moved. I may
Come
be.
on.
Can you move Reagan again for me? Did you make her move before? Because I wasn't watching. I
I'm
was reading
serious.
chat.
Watch her head. Lloyd, look deep into her eyes.
I will not. I have to live with this bunch.
Come on, quit being a mangina. Just look at her eyes. Yeah. She's beautiful. Look at those.
Oh, God.
That is so awesome.
Man up, Lloyd. Yeah, man up.
Come on, Lloyd, grow a pair. Hold her.
I will.
If
No.
I was there, I'd hold her. I'd be sitting there singing to her.
Chris held her once.
You took her across
Yeah, I
the
held her.
street.
He packed her from the car and took her over into the library for me.
That's in Jackson, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure did. Walked in with her, and everybody just kind of stopped and looked, and it got really quiet.
Yeah.
real quick.
I don't think you can see her there.
Yeah. You just watch this. Watch her head. Oh man. Do you have like a bug in there or something?
A bug? No.
Because there was a streak that just flew up. It was about 58.50. And there's another one. There's
Every
right
time
above.
I put the camera down here and I look over it, I'll see an
Look,
orb.
watch this. Watch this. It's like it looks almost like a bug, but it does have intelligent flight pattern. It's not
Yeah.
dust, is my point.
She always
Yeah,
seems to
Candace
have
just said
orbs.
just seen an orb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandra
She's
go
well
first.
known for that.
But Reagan just winked at Lloyd.
That's what it was. So Lloyd, did you hear this?
Oh, did you hear? Listen, Lloyd. Tell me about it, stud. She got the hots for you.
She can go back to the corner.
She wants you to go with her. And what are you going to do in that corner with her?
I'm gonna go to the other side. You just forget I live with this bunch every day. It's always
Dude, that's got to be like one of the coolest things ever, though.
no.
Stace, do you have him in that circle of protection you talk about? Never mind, Lloyd. I don't know that I'd get too close yet.
Nope.
Even Jennifer just noticed something flew by. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Orbs. Madonna said, put my baby in the corner.
Does anybody want to come through and tell me what Reagan's thinking right now?
Probably naughty thoughts about Lloyd. She's sitting there thinking, what a hunk of man.
Is this doll evil?
She's all about you driving that F-150.
Can you tell us if she's really evil?
She could go in the back.
'Cause I just don't feel it.
Is anybody else watching this? I mean, I'm telling you, she looks like, it may just be me, but she looks like she's moving. Just ever so slightly.
No, okay. Well, they've got about 2 outfits each, the older, like 1800s, and really old outfits for most of them.
Stacey,
But-
how old would you say Reagan is?
I'd say she came from the late 70s. I actually have the dates on all of them. I think she's 74, maybe something like that.
I don't think there's any lightning up there, is there, Stace?
No. I mean,
Any what?
Mary Ray said that she didn't know if it was lightning, but it looked like her chest lit up for a second.
Oh.
no lightning down here. We're just down here in the office. We're surrounded by brick, and then there's a window behind me, but it's covered.
Yeah, it does. It looks like she's taking a break.
Can you move the doll for me? If you're in here with us, can you move the doll?
It could be Lori. It could be Shadow Play.
Yeah,
Right there. It could
you
be-
never know. We never know. I'm telling you, me and Chris will be talking, and one in the background will just move or do
I've
something.
watched them fall off the shelf before.
Yeah, we've seen
And I
them
think
fall
my
right
exact
off
words
in front
were,
of us.
I'll be damned. So, I mean, I was just like, well,
And go back and rewatch the show, and somebody say, "Oh my gosh, the doll fell or the doll moved."
we've been in a mid sentence before, and that's happened to you. They've
Yeah.
fallen almost in your lap. Yeah.
Yep, a couple of times actually. It's a great place to do the show because there's so much energy usually swarming around all this stuff, you know.
I don't think they'd fall in your lap, Lloyd. They don't. they don't want their cinnamon hole messed with.
Mary said she is moving.
Yeah.
Have you been moving, little girl? Move again for me. Let me see you move.
No,
I'd
don't.
love it if she just her head just nodded up and down. Just yes.
Oh, I would love it if she just jerked around and looked straight at him.
Oh God, no.
You would need a crash
Move
cart.
the doll's head for me. Would you do that?
You-
I would have to go to the bathroom.
no, you wouldn't have to go. You'd go right there where you're at. Yeah.
True.
Like I said, it's a good thing your pants are brown.
Now listen, I'm not trying to scare you in any way, but I have been watching her move a little bit. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah. And I think that I know for a fact Kelly Kay has, Lori, Helen, several
Crazy guys. Really,
have
I
watched-
really
several of
I
them
haven't
seen
been
it
paying attention really.
where they look like orbs to me. I mean, I don't. To be honest with you, I couldn't tell an orb from a gnat, but I can just say that's why I asked if there was bugs, and you said no bugs in there. There's something there flying around.
Great.
Oh, this is
Anybody else want to come through?
one of these nights. Lloyd will wake up and she'll be looking at you.
Everybody's seen her moving around a little.
She is. She's moving.
That's crazy.
Watch her. I mean, just keep your eye on her.
Yeah, Ronnie, come in here with us right now and move this doll. Knock her plumb off.
Oh, Ronnie would do it. Yeah. Ronnie would do it just for giggles.
Do it to it.
Did I just hear my name?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Said the blood or something.
Lloyd, let me ask you a question. I'm always posing these to Stace. What is and I'm being serious. What is the most frightened you've ever been in your own home?
Most frightened what now?
That you've ever been in your own home?
I can't count the many times. I mean, we were sitting at the table, plate moved across the table. That's one. When Jenny flew off the shelf,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
that was.
Yeah, he got up and walked out on that one. You remember that?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Mhm. He wasn't joking either. He was scared.
He was not.
And
He was,
I'm not saying I wouldn't have been either. I completely get it. Yeah.
he was so pissed. He was like he was scared pissed, you know.
Well, remember, Lloyd, you did marry a paranormal investigator, and as such, that's what she does for a living. That's what she likes. Yeah, she goes seeking these things, but she's also experienced. I don't seek it.
when when those masks flew off in my bedroom off
Yeah,
the
for
wall.
travel masks.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a few, but I mean, all these dolls are. I mean, every time you walk in the room, it's just it's like it's. You always feel their presence, and you know they.
Does the air get a little bit heavier?
Oh gosh, it's
Funny
awful.
thing too, I know Roselle has moved since I put her in that box. She has moved from the left over to the right to the front of the box.
Now, is Roselle the blonde-haired one that I love so much?
Right there.
Hang on, here. Oh, my phone died.
Okay, that's the one that was causing nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Anxiety, nosebleeds. Every time we take her out, you know that. You remember the little kids saying that they felt something, and I think one even came and told me that his hand felt like it was burning.
Yeah. Yes. I
There's
remember.
been 2 or 3.
That was in Jackson. Yeah.
Graveyard bear.
Every time we take her, somebody always has something going on with
To
her.
this day, I think Graveyard Bear is probably one of the. For me, it's top on the creepy.
Hand him over here.
Come on.
Just right there.
Yeah.
Now, for new viewers or people that don't know the story behind Graveyard Bear Estates, could you tell us about it?
Well, this sweet little, precious little bear
Mm-hmm.
belonged to a child who passed away, and she's actually buried with the child. And it showed back up at the child's home on the front step. And they have also been seeing their daughter since then as well. And the best I can tell you how they explained everything was it looked just like her form, but you could see clearly through the little girl. And she reminds you of Carol Ann from the Poltergeist movies. That's what she looked like.
Beautiful little girl.
Yeah. That's this little baby. Can you tell me what this bear's name is? What's his real name? Milton? Milton Berle. Somebody said Milton Berle on there.
Could be Milton Bear.
Milton Berle.
Milton Bear.
Hello. I'd like to ask anybody to come forward and talk to us before we have to say goodnight and turn off the spirit boxes. Does anybody else want to come through for anybody that's here with us tonight in the chat room? I sound like somebody's granny. Yep. Isn't that funny how about 5 different voices came through one time like that?
No.
Barry, are you here? Genevieve would love to talk to you.
I hope you're feeling better.
Listen to these voices, guys. Aunt Donna, are you here for Madonna? Steph just saw something around you there.
Do what now?
Shoot in the corner beside you.
Oh, great.
With the help of Stacy, I can make that happen.
Yeah, or you can come and catch one of our tours too.
Mm-hmm.
We start our tours usually into September,
Oh, she moved.
October, something like that.
I saw her move. Yeah. Oh, she moved.
What?
She moved. Reagan. Mm-hmm.
Come on here.
Yes, Stace. I mean, I can actually film something on the dogs, and I mean, yeah, we can make that happen if people want that.
Also, they've all got stories too on our TikTok. If
Each
I don't
one
know,
of them have their own stories. Yeah.
Yeah, if you've ever been to our TikTok, 606 Paranormal, you can get on there and check it out. They've all got their little stories on there. Aunt Barb, could you come through and talk to us? Yes, come through and talk to us. Love to hear from y'all. So many of you all have called out tonight. We would love to hear from. She loves me. Oh, okay, Jess. Thanks.
It really is pretty cool, Jess. It's got a lot of cool information on it. Videos, well, that's what but still.
Yeah. Each of our dolls, I've been doing this for many, many, many years before I moved here in Lexington. But each of my dolls came from families, private, different individuals who swore they are haunted. They came with stories, things they've done, the reason that they're here with me here.
Candace sent you a message earlier.
Oh, okay, Candace. I haven't been able to get on Facebook my messages. I haven't even been to get my phone messages. Maybe for about 30 seconds earlier. That's about it. And I apologize to everybody.
No,
we have been swamped for the past
yeah.
break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Caitlin, if you can come through, love to hear from you. Kathy's here for you.
We need to work something out with maybe some kind of a
Let
personal
me know. Yeah.
private reading. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime, honey. Just message me, Linda. Let me know whenever you get time. Brittany, if you could come through for Jessica. Could you come through? Love to hear from you too.
Shadow moving behind the cat. Ooh.
God. Come
You
on.
know, Louis.
That is my 4 foot tall wooden cat that I got. But Halloween all around here for ages, all year round. Let me turn it this way. Roselle, can you move up there for me?
Oh. The one on the second shelf all the way over to the right. Did you all just see her head move? That's
Here.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
That's the one that was giving you all fits like a couple of months ago, isn't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The cat is a little scary, yeah.
If anybody else wants to move any of the dolls for us, you can. And then I've got plenty over there.
Yay.
You're surrounded, Lloyd.
Listen,
You are a Stephen King story waiting to happen.
I mean, there's 50 more upstairs.
And of course, I have all my haunted photo albums down there with them and all that. Of course, you can see everything down here is here for a reason. Everything down here has a story.
Now, Patreon members do get private readings from time to time too, as Stace can do them. It's like anything else. It depends on schedules and what she's got going on. No. But now we had talked about doing a doll tour with a meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing out the dolls for the meet and greet.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that
this
maybe
time-
we can do that in October.
Okay. Yeah. This time around, I'm going to bring probably 10 of the most haunted.
Mm-hmm.
That's got the crazy stories.
And have Lloyd carry them in.
Absolutely. I think that'd be a great idea. What about you? Do you think it's fun? You love when I do my doll tours.
No.
You love it. Hey, Teddy.
There's a graveyard there. Yep.
He's so sweet. I love Teddy.
He is not.
All right. Now, if anybody in here wants to move her, just come right on up and move her. Or you can move Graveyard Teddy. He's right here. Did she just say Graveyard Teddy?
Oh, no.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, we try to keep them a little bit away from Lloyd due to the fact of his fascination. He's got a thing with them. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Come on, Ronnie. Come and move one of these dolls for me. Come and knock one of them over for me, Ronnie. Come on.
Stace, what's the most active you've ever seen one? I mean, something that just blew your mind.
Probably during the doll tours, the amount of people coming up and tell me like one doll was, giving them fits, and then look down at Jenny and she's moving herself, and we're all standing back 20 feet away from the stage.
Yeah, this woman.
Remember that?
Yeah, this woman up front said, by the way, this one in pink is moving.
That's
Oh,
Jenny.
She was moving.
I'm in the back.
Now, granted, we don't know if she moving herself or if something was moving her, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she was moving around. Oh, Kelly heard it too. Graveyard Teddy.
Yeah.
The girl whispered Graveyard Teddy. They love you, Graveyard Teddy.
Everybody loves Teddy.
You sweet thing.
That is a cute bear.
Oh, he is absolutely adorable. He's I've never, washed him or done anything. At first, for the longest time, I just kept him in a little case.
Sure.
But as you can see, a little closer.
Brought a lot of happiness to that little girl.
Yeah, and she was always with it. Can anybody tell me what this bear's name is again? I'm just telling you, I just saw an orb go behind Graveyard Teddy.
I did too.
It was white.
Yes.
Oh no.
I saw it as plain as day. And I swear
He does have some age on him. I
something moved my hair. No joke. It's all good.
I think what a lot of spirits are seeking is just acknowledgement.
That's it.
But the thing about it is, though, every time in this house, no matter where she is, they always follow her.
He's like a light to them.
Harold.
It's like a moth to a light. Yeah.
Did you hear that? I sounded like Ronnie's voice. He said, "Babe." Does that not sound like Ronnie? Earlier, a couple of times I heard it.
I've heard it several times, and it sounded a lot like his voice. Yeah. Okay, there's another one coming in, and something's moving behind you, a shadow or something.
I think behind me is where I'm sitting. We're coming. Aura. Can you move this doll for us before we go? Me too, Tina. Me too. Sound like it's a bear alive.
I hope not.
Whoa, there's another one.
What?
Orb or either an orb or a pretty good sized bug one. It was close to the camera.
Yeah. No bugs in here. Yeah, no, the doors aren't even been open down here.
No.
The doors haven't been open to go outside, and none of the windows have been open for, I'd say, a month since I cleaned them. She's starting to move. Did you hear that man's voice? Who is it? Who's starting to move? Can you tell me?
They takes them a lot of energy to move anything.
Can you make an orb move around us again? Well, that's probably where we're getting the dolls stirred up. You would be surprised. Well, I don't know if you all have seen some of the footage that we've had on here. When I do my work, thousands of orbs are coming through. The lit from within kind of orbs, not dust, not bugs.
No, and they're
I don't-
perfectly circular. They're
I don't mess with those.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you couldn't count them. It was like you were outside and not looking up at the stars. There were that many of them. It was crazy.
Exactly. Does anybody else want to come through for anybody with us? Because we're going to say goodnight. And thank you for coming through for everyone that did. That cat.
What about it?
Is Enzo back there messing with the curtains?
What was it?
Enzo back there messing with the curtains?
No.
Okay, the curtains are moving behind you right now. Is that an HVAC maybe?
Only thing over here
Or is Lloyd
is
over there doing something like that?
Lloyd's over here with the tree.
I'm over here with
Oh,
the
okay.
tree.
Okay, that's what I was seeing. All right.
But now, the curtain shouldn't be moving.
Yeah, Enzo's on the floor. Yeah, the curtains shouldn't be moving. The curtains are over here.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me pull this curtain back. I got up and everything I had popped.
That's for me. Those Rice Krispies when you were a kid.
Good. Dogs are moving around. What you see, little girl?
Oh, you got Weenie. Is that what you call her, Weenie?
Peenie. This is Peenie Weenie.
Oh, Peenie Weenie. Okay.
I call her Beanie Weenie.
Beanie Weenie.
Sit down.
She's such a cute little pooch.
And then the big boy's up over here checking that scene.
Enzo had him a nice little nap, didn't he?
Says G. There he is. How can you tell?
I love him.
Hey, Smoochy.
Move.
Come on, Smoochy Moochy.
Move.
Come here. Come on. You want to come over here?
He's like, nope.
His eyes are glowing. It's hilarious looking.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, as long as he's calm.
Yeah, he just chilling, watching us. Like, what are they doing?
Well, I'm telling you, when he gets riled up, you know something is happening or getting ready to happen.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's a
fact.
good boy. Anybody else have anything else to say?
All right, can you put them back?
Yeah, you want to put her back down there?
No.
Lloyd, do you ever have dreams of those dolls?
Nightmares.
Orb came from the doll's head. Okay.
No.
Can you tell me what her previous owner's name was?
Jenny, I hope you get better. Quick.
Yes, sweetheart. I've been praying for you. Can you tell me her owner's name? See how well you know her.
She looks so familiar.
I swear it said Damien.
What did it say?
I thought it said Damien.
Here, put her back over.
Oh,
She wants you to hold her.
no, she don't. Come on. Here, back in the corner you go. Thanks. Great. Bye.
Oh, guys.
I was just watching or something like orbs fly all over the place around you.
Hey, it could be dust.
Could be.
Could be. It's nothing haunted, I'm sure.
No, not in this house at all.
Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight.
Yeah, Lloyd, kiss her good night.
Oh,
No, the doll.
no. Are
We
you
know.
drunk?
We know you do it secretly.
We do not.
Okay. Well, yeah, we want to say prayers for Kashonda and Jenny.
Yes, get
Anybody
better.
else who's feeling down right now. It's
I hope you all get better.
yeah. Jess threw that out there, and Helen, anybody that's sick and ill, we pray that the love and light of God come over you and heal you and protect you and defend you.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, okay, I'm going to shut down the chat now. Tom said definitely wasn't dust. So, all right. So, closing thoughts for the night. As far as the true crime side, Debbie had a real good point the other day when I talked to her and asked her, she was talking about how she felt about the developments this week in court. She said, time will tell. Time will tell. We're like everybody else. We got to play the wait game. The criminal justice system takes time, but it's not perfect. But I do think by far it's the best thing that we've got going on as compared to other countries in the world. So, and I do feel compelled to say this again. I know some of you have felt down. You felt worthless. You felt like you're not good enough. Because I don't know exactly what your circumstances are, but let me tell you, there is none of your circumstances more powerful than God. You are worth it. You're here for a reason. There are people that need you. There are people that love you. You may not feel it. You may not feel like it, but it is true. I promise you, it's true. With those things being said, Stace, I love you.
Love you.
Lloyd, you know how much we tolerate you. I mean, how much we care about you.
Oh, no.
That's all you got to do to get him away from you is just hold up the bear or hold up any doll. It doesn't matter. And look, Stace takes right to it like, she's happy as a little church mouse. So
I am. This is my element. This and with my animals.
it is, you are meant for this. You're meant to help people because these things are real. So
they are.
We will be on, as far as I know, next Wednesday, good Lord willing, with God's blessings, we will be. We will bring you any updates, and we are going to start doing a bonehead criminal today because I just cannot stand not to anymore. There's too much of this stuff going on out there. It's just like, you got to be joking me. It's real. So, but with that being said, we're going to step out for tonight, maybe get some rest. We hope that you get a good night's sleep. And guys, thank you so much for everything, and thank you for being here with us tonight. We wish you peace. We wish you love and light. And until next week, stay mysterious. Stace, Lloyd, great job tonight.
Thanks. Good night.